I'm going to bath Maria today. Maria has no skin problems, but she has rolled in something, so she smells. So I need to bath her in a deep cleansing shampoo so that I can thoroughly take away the smell. I could also bath her twice if need be. I'm diluting my shampoo into my mixer bottle. I'm using 1 squirt to the water so that I'm diluting it 25:1 as per manufacturer's instructions. It's always important to read the manufacturer's instructions to follow the correct use and dilution rates to ensure that I'm using the product safely. If the manufacturer's instructions aren't followed properly, then shampoos and more so disinfectants could become harmful to the dog or the environment. So it's important to always remember COSH and to ensure that we're using and disposing of chemicals correctly and safely. I'm going to pop Maria into the bath now, and I'm going to wet her coat, and I'm using my neck noose in the bath to securely hold her into the bath. I could also use other restraints if need be, if she was a big heavy dog or she was a dog that wouldn't stand up for any length of time. I could use a belly strap to support her. Customer might also bring in a veterinary prescribed shampoo. This would be for that particular dog only, so it would be important to read the label carefully if we were asked to use such a product. And we'd be checking the dog's name is on the label and the owner's name, what it's for, checking the dilution rates, how to use it correctly, and we'd check the expiry date for the product. These shampoos would be harmful potentially for other dogs and other coats, so we would be careful not to use it for anyone but the dog on the label. We'd also make sure we were using our full PPE for handling chemicals. Putting my shampoo onto a scrunchie just to enable me to put it more effectively over the dog, and it also helps to lather up the shampoo so it's more economical and you're not wasting so much of your shampoo. If a dog had ectoparasites such as fleas or mites, we may see them on the coat, we may see signs of them on the coat, we might have noticed the dog scratching, we might see flea dirt, which if heavily infested can make the water run red, we might see bald or red patches, or we might see an orange tinge to the tips of the ears or the paws, which would indicate harvest mites. I'm thoroughly working the shampoo through into the paws, between the toes and under the pads. This will ensure that if there are lumps of dirt or something into the pads, we can wash that away, or we can feel anything that's there that shouldn't be there. I'm turning Maria around to coat the other side. Working it again into her paws. So we're going to move on to the back end, to the anal glands. So we know that we don't express anal glands as part of a groomer's job, but it is important that we do understand how the anal glands function so we can detect any signs of issues that might be there. We hold the dog's tail up, and if you look at the anus, it's like a clock face. So you position your fingers at 4 and 8, 20 past and 22, and if we were expressing, we would just apply gentle pressure and push inwards and upwards very gently. Anything that might be in the glands would express, so take care to point the dog's back end away from you into the wall of the bath. Cleaning thoroughly the back end, and then I'm taking a clean scrunchie just to apply the soap to Maria's head. So a cloth, a sponge, a scrunchie, all good for applying shampoo to the head. Obviously we can put it onto the head without it tipping into the dog's eyes. If we did catch it into the dog's eyes, we would rinse it immediately, and we should inform the owner if shampoo has entered into the eyes in case it later causes a problem to the dog. The dog might have a watery eye, or it may have an irritation, and then the owner would be aware of why that might be occurring. washing the ear leathers underneath the ears and around the muzzle, and then I'm going to wash underneath the eyes quite carefully, but it's important to wash close underneath the eyes as this is where all the dirt and debris can accumulate. And then in a moment I'm going to start rinsing Maria. I'm going to rinse her head first and squeegee the water out with my hand just to stop her shaking her head, and then work my way down through the rest of the body methodically, so that if I was interrupted then I'd know where I had left off.